single week, and good discipline was seriously undermined by being on the wrong end of a 15-7 error count. Another example of good ball control being central to what Salford are doing in this winning run, and I suppose shit ball control being central to what Warrington have done all year.
Yeah, there you go. So individually, who stood out for us then?
Niall Evalds has been exceptional for the last month or so, hasn't he?
Yeah.
3 tries and a try assist, 129 metres in this one. Junior Sal, 2 tries, 2 try assists, 148 metres. There you go, Tom. Jake Bibby, a try and 129 metres playing in the centres in this one for Chris Wellham. Robert Louis, try assist, 130 metres, 2 clean breaks. Greg Johnson, 122 metres, 3 successful offloads. So all the backs there.
Contributing well for Salford, for Warrington then.
You really want to say St Helens every time, don't you?
I know, and the thing is, I'm not going to get the opportunities in this part of the show because they don't even bloody play.
No. Tom Lynham, a try 115 metres. Andre Savelio trying to earn himself game time and a contract, 134 metres. Mike Cooper, 40 tackles, so not making much ground but working hard all the same for the side. Matty Russell, 171 metres, and Chris Hill, 105 metres.
Okay. Widnes then got one of their few wins of the season over the resurgent Leeds Rhinos, 28 points to 20 in favour of the Vikings at the Select Security Stadium in front of 5,518.
Yeah, and Neil McEwen said, "Phew, a win. I can finally watch Super League highlights." Great performance from Widnes. Raggy Chase played well, controlled the tempo. Young In scored another 2 tries, actually had 2 wingers and 2 centres start the game, which was nice. Catalan at home on Sunday with some confidence, so confidence will be high and hopefully another win. Can listen on Wednesday without being on suicide watch.
There you go. Well, that's always nice to hear. Paul O'Brien got in touch. He's another Widnes fan. He said a good win today by the Vikings. Leeds looked far from their best, but a much-needed win for the Vikings. Ince deserved his man of the match. So, Widnes, on the back of a close run thing against Castleford,
Certainly was a confidence builder. Yeah.
Where they were missing that distribution and that X factor in the halves. Drop Ryan Chase into the equation, and all of a sudden the industry and hard work of young lads like Ryan Ince and the forward pack making a bit more effort in terms of their defensive output. 2 try assists for Ryan Chase and they get the win.
Yeah, they were able to switch things up a little bit and played a few less of the younger guys in this one, which will have been able to help them, I'm sure. And they also brought what's his name, the Lloyd White into the standoff position alongside Rangi Chase.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting call because it's obviously not been working with the other hooker come halves like Johnston and Jeremiah going in there. And we spoke last week, didn't we, about Johnston? For all his skills, he's not a halfback at Super League level, we don't feel. But this kind of, they found a formula that worked a little bit better, settled things down a little bit more, and then was able to give Chase the reins to go and do what he did, I think.
Well, I guess the good thing about someone like Lloyd White is that whilst he's more predominantly a hooker, he's someone that you can anchor yourself around if you've got the more fleet of foot guy playing 7, haven't you? So, and
obviously from when we get onto the individual stats, what all that was able to do was free up the back 5. And you've got some, Bridges on the wrong side of things career-wise now, but is always been a contributor.
Definitely.
Corey Thompson hasn't always delivered this year, especially with the in and out, because he's leaving and that sort of stuff. But they've been able to actually get Hanbury, who I think is an exceptional attacking player at the very least. Get in there. So that helped them score enough points to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Leeds, on the other hand, probably just didn't really get firing in this one. They got themselves into a half-time lead, actually, 14 points to 12, hadn't they? And then Widnes came out and I wouldn't go so far as to say blew them away, but executed and were more effective in what they were doing in the second half.
It was as much to do with poor goal kicking there, wasn't it? This had the highest amount of missed attempt at goals all season in this game. Yeah,
which certainly impacted on the scoreline, didn't it? But they were making metres and their industry down the middle wasn't lacking, but execution and goal kicking and perhaps just some end set stuff.
Maybe a part of that was Danny Maguire being missing, Sutcliffe starting at full back, who I think is actually a very good fullback, and I probably was surprised that Golding got the nod over him in that position to start the season. Because I actually think Sutcliffe's probably a bit better attacking. Can join the line a bit better and that sort of stuff. But yeah, obviously getting those connections together didn't just click, and it's a bit different when you're rolling into something new when you're already 20 points up or a few tries up anyway against a side that are down on confidence, to one that have probably had one of the most positive results they've had all year coming into this one, like we talked about.
There you go. So what did the stats tell us on this one? Relatively close on the score sheets.
Yeah, with 255 more metres, a better 1.4 metres per carry average gain, 4 more clean breaks that all suggest that Widnes were the better attacking side and could have won by more without their 17 errors to 12.
Good Lord. So individually then, let's talk about Widnes as the winners for one of the few times this season. Who stood out for us?
Yeah, Ryan Ince, talked about by the guys there. 2 tries, 6 tackle busts, 125 metres. The kid is showing star potential. If he was playing at a St Helens or a Wigan, then we'd probably be talking about him like we're talking about Regan Grace and young Marshall and Davies. Corey Thompson, so we're going to talk about him that way.
Yeah,
and that's why we've got these listeners who go to watch these games who can tell us just that.
Yeah, very impressive. Deserves his man of the match, and congratulations to the kid.
Corey Thompson on the other wing, 2 tries, 5 tackles, 116 metres. Reece Hambry, a try, 138 metres. Charlotte Runciman, a try assist and 101 metres. And Christine Bridge, a try assist, 112 metres, 4 successful offloads.
Always nice to see Charlotte and Christine chipping in with a few, but that is a lot of backline players coming in and doing well for Widnes, so maybe that's an indicator. For Leeds then, who stood out for us?
Well, Big Cuthbertson's doing it whatever happens, isn't he? In a try, 171 metres, 3 successful offloads. Matt Parcell tied in there with a try assist and 41 tackles. Mitch Garbutt was back in the lineup and ran for 136 metres. Joel Moon, a try assist, 4 successful offloads.
There you go. Okay, so you're prepared to put your hair shirt on and flagellate yourself one final time this week, Mark. Wigan Warriors took on the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats on Bank Holiday Monday and were defeated 30 points to 42 in front of 13,110.
Yeah, Wakey White said, "Oh my days, 20 down after 20 minutes at the home of the champions, and I thought it was all lost. But come off the 20th minute, come off the man, David Fafita replaced the impressive Walker, and that was the end of Wigan's party as he bullied time and time again." Massive shout out to Bill Tupu too, who scored an excellent hat-trick, including one where he threw a couple of Wigan defenders into the mud on his way to the try line.
There you go. Brad Davies got in touch and said, "Listen to this on Radio Yorkshire. Heard Wakey go 14-0 down and thought, sod this, and turned back over to listen to Wyatt versus Salford. When they gave the half-time score of 20 points to 22, I turned back and caught the second half. A superb, unexpected win for Trin. Dave Fafita turned it round for Wakey when he came on after 20 minutes, and that win keeps us on track for a top 4 finish."
And at Rainbowish 2 said, well, David Fafita does it again. First 20 minutes it looked like the players were just warming up with no passion, and then boom, they didn't know what hit them other than an Australian steam train. How much better can this season get as a Wakey fan?
Right, so you were at a wedding for this one, so how aware of what was going on were you?
Zero awareness. I saw a text from Cass at about... who also was with us at the Summer Bash. We neglected to mention our good friend Cass.
Yeah.
But anyway, he texted me. And
would he describe himself as a listener, or is he just a friend of the show?
He's a friend of the show. I think he occasionally catches it, but he more follows what goes on sort of from the periphery, but knows who all the people are, sort of thing. But anyway, he texted me saying about, basically give me an overview of, we were good for 20 minutes and then Lockers and McElaurin went off. We completely lost the middle. We completely forgot how to tackle everywhere across the park, and the scoreline probably flattered Wigan a bit. Yeah,
so I'll go on and say again, how much of this is down to Wigan struggling to get numbers out on the park? Again, some high squad numbers. Some lads whose names I don't really recognise in the starting line, never mind coming off the bench.
Well, Super League's own website doesn't recognise James Worthington, so didn't have his stats included in the stats for the game, so it was difficult to piece that together, to be honest. Well, even though the young kid grabbed 2 tries. just 18 like a week ago.
It's a big environment to be stepping into then, isn't it?
And he's not really got that much game time at the under-19s level either. And before this season, he's a tough player. Centre has been where he's predominantly playing and looks like it might end up being his position, but he's only young, only small, and to have people like Bill Tupu running at him and an informed Reece Lynn and that sort of stuff, it's just...
And that's the overwhelming impression I get from the back of this one. It was very much a case of, look, you got out to that 20-0 start and things went well, then the changeovers came and Wakefield's strength off the bench started to play a part, and then it became very much men against boys in terms of the power that Wakefield were able to bring to the proceedings and get that head of steam. Well, Bill Tupu's hat-trick, very special in terms of what it meant to the narrative of the game and then also the rest of the side around him. There's a lot of, as much as Wigan are using high squad numbers at the minute, if you look back at the lineup for Wakefield, they're able to get a lot of low 1 to 13 players out there, and Adam Walker made a debut and he's a Super League prop by anyone's estimations. So Wakefield had a virtually full strength side out, and credit to them, because you can only beat what's in front of you. Attitude and application has been right for Wakefield for a number of weeks now, and going to the DW under any circumstances is a tricky proposition, so fair play to them for the 60 minutes of the game that they won. And
Wigan started really well with George Williams running the show, really, with being able to show off his skill and his ability, set up a bunch of tries, or had a big hand in them at least, and the golden edge was showing its wares no matter who was in there again. But it didn't come to pass because Wakefield did. And when you think about it, probably it's tougher in a way for a young lad whose body's just getting used to Super League, like Wells and Field in the forward pack, to be able to turn around this quickly. And what Wigan had is either really old blokes like Lockers and Nuasala, who are playing more minutes than you'd maybe want them to do in Nuasala's case, and then really young blokes like Field and Wells, and they're not the ideal makeup of a side for a double header weekend. So that extra day wasn't enough, and I'm not using it as an excuse. It's a situation that it wasn't good enough. Wakefield were good enough and totally deserved to win the game with what they put up.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair play to them. So, stats-wise, it's not a massive defeat on the score sheet. It was high scoring from both teams. So, what did the stats tell us in terms of the points and the deficits?
Not a lot, because like I said, the Super League website stats are missing one of the Wigan players' numbers. So, I can't do more than suggest themes really from what I had available. And it looks like Wakey were better in contact, both in attack and defence. I can guess that from a better average gain and a better team tackle success from the players' numbers that were available, but
it's hard to intuit, isn't it, when you've got one player missing?
Because the actual meters were within 150.
So then it comes down to
then how much did James Worthington carry the ball? I don't know, but even if he made 80 metres, you're talking less than 100 metres, or even if he made 60, 70 metres. So it's
true. So individually for the Wakefield Trinity side, who stood out for us?
Bill Tupu, 3 tries, 158 metres, 4 clean breaks. Mason Caton Brown, 1 try, 131 metres, 2 clean breaks. So Tupu was on a wing and very powerful on the wing, and Caton Brown on the other wing doing solid stuff too. Liam Finn, 3 try assists. Matt Ashurst, try assists, 40 tackles. Reece Lynn, 116 metres.
And for the Wigan Warriors, what names made the roundup?
Well, a couple of Liams.
Well, you've got a few knocking about, haven't you?
Liam Marshall, 2 tries, 7 tackles, 3 clean breaks. Liam Farrell, a try assist, 138 metres. George Williams, 3 try assists, 3 successful offloads, and Tom Prop Davies, 156 metres for the hard-working wing.
There you go. Okay, so at the same time, Leeson Tunes backed up their victory away at Hull with a crushing defeat at home against Castleford. Tigers, table-topping Classy Cast, ran out 38 points to 0 winners at the Lee Sports Village in front of 5,905.
Yeah, Tyler Casvan says, another Cast blitz takes the game away from the opposition. Scrappy last 20, but I'll put that down to tiredness from the doubleheader. Just as happy with the 0. Hope Milner's okay. He'll be a big loss if not available for the next game.
Yeah, he's very much their cheerleader in terms of defensive application, isn't he? To be honest, I think it was a head knock. I didn't see it in the highlights, so I'm only going.
Oh, you didn't catch it?
You
were in Halifax.
today I was in Halifax at the time, so I had to catch up on the.